Hello, hello, hello. This is Kathy, and thanks for coming back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make this cute little folio as an addition to your journals, or it can be a standalone. Here's what it looks like on the outside. It's about 1/4 inch deep. This can be glued to the inside of your journal or can be clipped in. Let me show you what the inside looks like. I was inspired to make this by Nik the Booksmith. She showed me the basics, and then I just added to it and made it my own. This opens up, and on this side I put a little pocket, or actually a little folio in itself with a little tuck spot. This paper collection is from Stamperia. It's called Dream. This mason jar, I love this. I believe I got this at Calico Collage, Linda Israel's site, I believe. And this side has a little flap, and I simply have a little bookmark and a tag there. Now this opens up, and on this side I have a couple of tags inside another little pocket. And then up here I have a little tuck spot with 2 little places to write. And then here is simply something you can write on. It's a little spot. You could put photos here or a photo. Anything like that. I think it's adorable. I think it, and functional, which I like when it's both. Okie doke. Let's get started. First of all, you'll need I want to set this here so I can kind of remember what I'm doing. You'll need a 12-inch piece of paper, cardstock. I'm using double-sided, and I'm going to score it. And what I'm scoring is, I'll show you so you understand the whys and the wherefores. I'm scoring in order to make this and this. So this obviously was scored and then folded. Some of it was cut. So we're going to score. If you have directional, this would be the side up. I'm going to score it at 4 inches. And 8 inches, if I can see. And then you're going to score 2 notches over from the 8, which would be 1/4. 2 notches over from the 4, which would also be 1/4. And what that gives you is kind of the depth of the little folio. Then I'm going to turn it lengthwise this way, and I am going to score it at, depending on how tall you're going to make it, I'm going to score in at 2 inches on either side. So it's going to be 10. And on this side, it's going to be 2. Okay. I think that's all we're going to need the scoreboard for. So you can set that aside. Now you're going to need your scissors. And with your scissors, I'm going to try it so that you can see it a little better. I'm going to fold in the 1/4 inch depth, the little edges, so we can see what we're doing. And the other side as well. We're in 1. And score in 2. And we're going to fold up from the bottom, just like that. And just like that. So depending on how tall you wanted your folio to be when you were done, you know, if you wanted it shorter, then these would be scored, you know, more than 2 inches. But I'm keeping this at 8 inches, so I scored it 2. I'm going to cut out the corners. And we're going to cut them out to the second fold line, or the second score or fold line. Right there. Tricky to see. I'm going to use the bone folder so it's a little crisper and a little easier for me to see. Probably if I turned it this way, that would make more sense. That's using your noggin, Kathy. And if you haven't been to Nik the Booksmith's channel, please do so. She's got around 500 videos, and I like her because she's kind of the opposite of me. She's very precise, and I've learned a lot from her. Okay, so that is not cut evenly. And what you can do here, I don't think we need to because I cut it in. I'm going to round the corners on these. Oops. And I have a crocodile, so I'm going to do it on the 1/2 inch side. Good thing not to put the paper over the camera, right? And I'm also going to round these corners. I just like the way it looks. And what it does, it prevents it from getting dog-eared on the corners. Okay. Next thing I'm going to do is I want to make sure everything folds and does what it's supposed to do, which it does. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a flap to extend these. And I'm going to use some scrap paper to do that. And we know this was 4 inches, so you can make yours 4 inches. And I am going to use my paper trimmer for that. Actually, I'm going to go a little less than 4. I'm going to go at 3 7/8. Okay. Put this aside. And I want this to show. Just gonna snip it. Luckily this has some dots kind of to keep me more in line. And I'm going to round these corners as well at a 1/2 inch. I guess I didn't need to round these because I'm putting this right over it. And I want it to be about, let me see what I want to do. Okay, I'm going to cut it at around here. I really don't need any more than that. And I'm going to ink the edges before I glue it down. Okay. Now, if you wanted, instead of gluing this directly, you could make a little pocket. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep it just like this. In fact, just like that. And then this one. I want this to come down fairly long. So I am going to round these corners as well. Ink it up. I actually want a little more ink on these. Just like that. Get that off of there. Just like that. Oops. And I'm going to glue. I actually don't like it that I left the other one so large and didn't make it a pocket. So I'm going to cut this a little shorter. And Okay. And I am going to trim this little excess off because it looks tacky. And here too. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to put our little, whoops, it goes this way, our little circles in that will hold the string. So I'm going to do that, sorry about that. I'm going to do that with simply a hole punch and a brad, but I want to cut out my circles. So I'm using a 1-inch circle punch. I'm cutting 2. Just like that. Then I'm going to use a 1/2-inch circle punch and cut out 2 as well. Okay? Just like that. And that's just to reinforce it a little bit. And I'm going to add glue to this, just like that. And I like to put the contrasting pieces next to each other. Just like that. And I'm going to use my hole punch. Punch a hole there. And there. Add a brad. Oh, I want to ink it up first. There. Okay. Now, take my pokey tool. I'm going to put it right about there. As you can see, I'm not a measurer, those of you who know me. Yeah, I make some mistakes, but c'est la vie. That's one. Put the other one down here. Right there. Okay, just like that. Now I'm going to take, I think I'm going to use the green. This is wax thread. They have a great little kit of this that you can buy from Amazon. I think it was $8.99. You get about 8 colors, and I love it. So because it's wax thread, you don't have to do a whole lot of knots. So I'm just going to tie it in one simple knot. There. Clip off the end. Not going anywhere. Go back. And I'm going to tie this in a knot just so I know that that's the end that you wrap around. And I'm going to trim it. Okay. So we have that. The next thing I want to do is, before we go on, is I'm going to ink up the whole kit and caboodle. And it just highlights the edges. I'm not wanting to make it look old. I'm just giving it some definition. My Poochie's been sequestered to outside because every time I'm serious, every time I take this seat to make a video, he cries. He cries. Okie dokie. Next, what I'm going to do is, because I want to use this spot for possibly a photo or something, I'm going to make a spot that'll hold it. I think this card is a little too wide. It is. So I'm going to have to trim a little bit, and I'm going to trim from this end. And I think that just about makes it. Let me put my tools back where I had them so I know where they are when I go to look for them. Okay. Alrighty. So this is going to go in here. What I'm going to do is make two little corner thingamabobbers to hold it in place. I think maybe I'll make two little flappies. Let me think. Let me make corners. I got my scissors. And we'll make a corner. I want to make them both the same. Just like that. So we'll put one up here, right next to the fold line. And the same thing on this side. Right next to the fold line. Okay, so this is going to fit right in there. Well, it really doesn't fit right in there. Let me trim it a little bit more. Just like that. Let's try again. That's better. Eventually go all the way up when it dries. Ah, perfect. Oh. Okay. Actually, I didn't need to round those corners at all. And that's going to go right at the bottom to hold this in place. Just like that. Now on this side, let's see what I did to the other one. I made a little pocket over here, so we can do that. And remember, it was 4 inches, so I'm going to keep to that. Oh, actually, no, it wasn't 4 inches here. It would really be 3 3/4, so I'm going to make it a little less than 3 3/4. A little less. Just like that. So I made that about 3 3/8. No, 3 5/8. And that's going to go right there. Cut it going this way. Oh, we'll cut it, round it. Rounded it with the wrong side. Let's see. There we go. And create our notch and ink it up. Okay. Remember, right on this side of the fold line. Whoops. Make sure it's not showing. It is just a little. Okay. Then I'm going to maybe have a little tuck corner. I had some scraps I can use. Let's see. Yeah. Just like that. One person's trash is another man's treasure. One man's trash is another man's treasure. Or in this case, one woman's trash is another woman's treasure. We're going to keep it on this side. Let's see, I'm going to just put it up the side and part of the top. What I might do while I'm here is go in and take a stencil and these are my favorite right here. Yeah, I like that. While I'm here, I'll go ahead and put some over here. Sorry for shaking that. Okay, I think I have a few things I can tuck up there. A few things I can put in the pocket. Lots of little goodies. Put that up there. And let's see. And this. But let me ink up the edges. I'll put that in there. I don't think I'm going to put this one. I think I'm going to put this one. This is just blank. Just like that. And in here, I think I'll put a couple of round ones. I like this one. Let's see if I have a plain one. Well, a little really. Okay, I'll do these two. Ink up the edges. And I'm going to put a brad in here. I have a pretty one that involves, it has a little flower with it, which is nice. So we'll put it there. 1, 2, let's see what we got. I know I can do it. And I like to put 2 layers of flowers, 2 or 3. Just makes it prettier. And then put these together. Okay, just like that. We'll stick those in there. Then on this side, I think we're going to make another, whoops. Let's see. I don't want to make the exact same pocket. This time, why don't we take some tags and make a little pocket on the tag. Let's figure out how we're going to do that. If I have one more tag, that would be great. Ooh, I have a lot more tags. It might be cute to have these tags. Let me put holes in them. And ink them up. Oh, I don't think the plastic lid's going to give me ink. Okay, let's take some thread. And boom, boom. And one more. Okay, so let's maybe go like this, and they can become little tuck spots. What do you think? I think that'll be pretty. Okay, so we'll start with this one first. Maybe we should go this way, and this way. Yeah. So we'll go down this side and that side, as close to that corner or that first fold as we can. Then we'll take the pink one. Let's see. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little notch. And we can put this straight on. And we can glue it here, here, and here. Just like that. Okay, and then the last but not least, maybe we'll go this way, and we'll put a top notch, just like that. Oh, maybe I'll put it like that. And here we'll go here, here, okay. Okay, now let's see what we can stick in there. In this one, we have a for you. That'll have to go in there. Then in this one, see what I've got over here. I have this. I think it's a little too large. I think I can make this into a cute little booklet. Let's ink it up. And I have a little bit of tracing paper that I'm going to cut a little bit out of. Just like that. Okay. That'll go right in there. Let me make a little tab on it. Maybe a with love tab. So it can be a little love note. Okay, just like that. Now I need something for here. Let's see. Maybe this, and I'll mount it on something pretty. Okay. That can go in there. Okay, so now we have some mess over here. Okay, so we have that, we have that, we have those. This folds in first. This folds in next. This folds in next. Let me make sure this is just like that. Something's holding me up here. And just like that. Whoop, no wonder. That's what was throwing me off. This goes on top. Just like that. And I'm going to put a little bit of decoration up at the top. It goes like this. I'll put that right there. Whoops, forgot to ink it. Okay. I can almost use that to write in what's in your little folder. Okay, well, we are finished. Let's go through what we did. Let me tie this in a knot. Okay, this opens up, this opens up. And then on this side, we have a couple of tags here. Then we have this you can write on. That holds it in place. Then I have 3 little tag pockets. And that does it. Fold it over, over, and over. Okie doke, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you make it, and let me know if you do. Thanks for watching. Have a good night. Bye.